Hi, friends. This is your pal Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about American culture. And I want to talk about something very unusual: the opportunity to heap extravagant generosity on someone. And it comes from a story that I just heard from one of my favorite movie reviewers, and I think it's worth discussing, and I want to discuss it here. And I think the takeaway is for our activities, for the things we do in our life, and then for our politics, because our politics and American politics, and this is all American culture. Our American activities, each as people, right, as individual people, and then also for our politics. We have been very cutthroat with our politics lately, and this is just a beautiful story that I really enjoyed, and I want to talk about it. All right, let's jump into this. So Grace Randolph, she's the best movie reviewer on the planet. It's not even close. She's she's just the amount of work she does, the quality of her work, the frequency of her work, the innovation of her work. There's no one on the planet like her. She has completely transformed the job of movie reviewer, and I think she sets the bar for what movie reviews are. She's brilliant. So she told this story the other day. So she does these lives. It's a live stream. They're like an hour long. They are really fantastic. No other movie reviewers really do these at the intensity she does them, the frequency she does them, the transparency she does them. So she has this live that she's doing, and she's an hour. It's an hour long, right? So she's about 45 minutes into it, and at the end of her live, she does this AMA, which, ask me anything. So 3 times a week, you're able to ask her whatever you want. It's incredible. It's really, really, it's a service, right? So somebody asked her this question. I don't even remember what the question was. And then, but she told this story, and she told this story about her parents, and she was talking about hard work and reward, right? And she said when she was young, probably, I think this was in like first or second grade, she was struggling in a class, and her parents told her, "Hey, we want you to do really well on this test, because if you could punch through on this test, you could probably do the rest of the class. This will get you through. This is what's needed. You need to do well on this test. We want you to work hard. We want you to pay attention. We want you to get this done. Perform well on this test." So they set the bar, right? Then she comes in and she passes the test. She does extremely well, and she gets it done, right? She passes. She gets an A, right? So she exceeds the mark, right? And so they said, and your reward is we're going to take you to the toy store. So they take her to the toy store, and you're going to get a shopping spree, right? And so she goes and she grabs, they take her to her mom and her dad, and I think she's an only child, right? Her mom and her dad take her to the toy store, and they Toys R Us. This is back in the day, right? So Grace, I think she's about 25 years old. So this is probably about 18 years ago, close to 2 decades, right? And so she's like 7 or 8, and they take her and to Toys R Us, and she grabs a Barbie, and then she grabs a plushie, right? And then she grabs a dollhouse, right, or a smaller dollhouse, right? And then she grabs another Barbie, right? And at this point, she fills the entire cart, right? Awesome. She's time to check out, right? But no, Grace says something to her mother, right? And uh, she says to her mother, "Oh no, I'm sad. Now that the cart is filled, I can't pick out any more toys. There's no more room. They would literally fall out of the cart, right?" And her mother says to her father, turns to her father, right? It says, "Go get another cart." What? Because I did not expect the story to go this way, right? I expected her to say, okay, you did well, right? And your rewards are, and now here are your rewards, but there's a limit to reward, right? And, and you have to be happy for what you get, right? And this is enough, right? But no, her mother said, "Go get another cart," to her father. And they put in more toys, right? And I don't know if she filled the other cart or not, but she overflowed a cart and got more, right? And now Grace is 25, right? And she is like saying, hey, I remember this almost 2 decades later. This was a shining moment, right? It was a moment of joy and a moment of extravagant generosity, right? And it taught me that if I work hard, I'll get the rewards and I will be rewarded very robustly, right? And it just made me think, in our own personal lives, there are areas like there are homeless people. We can pour extravagant generosity on them, right? There are people who don't have as much, social equity as we do. People who don't have technical abilities, right? And we can help them with things that they struggle with, right? And I just really feel we should be remembering this in our activities, right? Maybe we enjoy specific games, right? And in playing those games, there's opportunities to bless people, right? With extravagant generosity, right? And I was just stunned. I was blown away by this story, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna look for opportunities to yell, go get another cart, right? And to do this, because some of us, and the reality is her parents weren't rich, right? They had more than her. You don't have to be rich to do this. You just have to have more than someone else, right? And also, what would someone else consider a go get another cart moment where the generosity is far more than they expected, right? This is a beautiful story, and I was just blown away by it. And I wanted to share it. I wanted to signal boost it. And I think we should explore this. Where can we find moments in our lives where we can shout, go get another cart? Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.